what you want, when you want it, where you want it. This is The Mesh.
It's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your birthday. We gon' sip a Bacardi like it's your birthday. And you know we don't give a...
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 3, volume 1 of a special birthday edition of Big Fan. I'm Chad East, a big fan of Laurel, Steph Curry, and Vietnamese food.
I'm Hank Eimer. I'm a big fan of Dijon mustard, rock, paper, scissor, and the insulated cup.
Oh, wow. Yes, the insulated cup. Very underrated.
It is very underrated.
So, it's not your birthday, right?
It's not mine. I'm excited to see whose it is. Insulated cups?
Guess whose birthday it is. Not Steph Curry. It's
Chad
yours
East.
truly, Chad East.
Happy birthday.
Thank you very much, Hank. Thank you very much. I am
44
years old.
44.
44, something like that, yes.
Yeah.
But I don't feel a day over 42. I mean, I'm feeling...
You look 48.
Good, thank you very much. Let me tell you a little bit about growing older, Hank. How old are you?
41.
You're getting old too, right?
Not as old as you.
Yeah, not as old as me. We're all getting there. I'm 6 years from 50.
Yep.
I was talking to my this is a real cool thing about Hickory people. We've known each other our whole lives, and we always make a point to call each other on their birthday, right? I must have received this morning, 6 to 10 calls from friends. Hey, bud, happy birthday. So, and that's all it is. Like, hey,
yeah.
I'm thinking of you. Happy birthday. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's special. So one of my friends, John Wade, John,
sure.
He said, do you realize when we first met, I met John in 9th grade. He moved here in 7th, but we really didn't start hanging out till high school, 9th grade. That makes you 15 in your 9th grade?
Yeah.
His mom and dad and my mom and dad were as old as I am now.
Right.
Is that not a weird
It's crazy. I talk about this all the time with my buddies. I'm going to know. So think about how well we know each other.
Yes.
Right? Just the two of us. We know each other really well.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we have as much time to get to know each other. Can you imagine 40 years from now? I'm going to know everything about you.
Yes, you will, Hank.
And that's scary.
That's very scary.
I don't want to know.
You don't want to know everything about this cat.
I don't want to know.
I'm telling you.
Just give me 20 years.
Yeah,
I want 40.
Exactly. But, man, it's exciting. I got some pretty good birthday plans if you want to hear them.
I would love to hear them. I hope I'm a part of them.
You actually are a big part of 2 of the 3 things, and hopefully you'll be a part of the 3rd, too. So, first, we have a big tennis match tonight.
Huge.
So, we are in a tennis league together. You are our captain.
I am.
And I am our emotional leader.
Yes. And let me go on to tell people. Okay, can I tell something about the emotional leadership of this?
Please do.
Okay,
I insist.
The first match, if you remember, we drove up. I didn't even play because my knee was hurting me, but I came up because I was the captain of this team.
Yes.
I gave a good speech.
Great speech.
Yeah. And I think the highlight of the speech is, guess what, guys? Y'all suck. Right? But they could suck worse.
Right.
They could suck worse.
You never know.
And that's what we went off of. But then we get home. We got beat. Okay? We haven't had the best record.
Yeah.
But I remember specifically after one match, we went to go eat Mexican food.
Yes, we did.
You had another event to go to that evening. Mm-hmm. But before you left, you stood at the end of the table, barely able to look over.
Seriously? Come on.
And gave a speech that just boiled my blood, right? And to top it all off, before you walked away, you slammed those tiny fists on the table, knocking drinks just a little sideways. They weren't with enough power to knock over the drink, just a little bit to rumble the water. A little
ice cube might have popped out, but not the whole cup.
Not the whole
over.
cup.
Yes.
And that, my friend, is how you became Tiny Fists.
A.K.A. Tiny Fist, yes.
I'm sorry to break up your story. It's just...
No, it's good. I mean, I'm known for giving these arousing, emotion-provoking speeches. I could do it to the teams I coach, to my coworkers at work, to my tennis team, whatever it is, to inspire. I'm good at inspiring people. It didn't work. We went right after that El Paso restaurant meal to another loss, followed by another loss, and then another loss. However... this is the last match of the season.
Tonight's the night.
We have not tasted victory yet. But gosh darn it, tonight we shall.
We're going to come back next week and hopefully tell you about a victory so epic.
Yes. Oh, I can't wait to relay these stories. You know we'll have a couple good stories in there.
Yes. But tell us about your evening.
Yes, so following the match, normally we stick around and have a beer or two, listen to a little music at the venue where we're playing.
And let me tell the people, we have different spots that we play under. And I got to tell you, one of the most consistent players we have is Chad East.
Why,
and I'm not just that's my that's my birthday present to you.
Thank you.
Okay?
Oh, the compliment.
The compliment. Now, he is coming in tonight playing the #1 single seed.
And I also heard the guy I'm playing is undefeated in the last 3 years. 3 years undefeated.
Is this the guy that beat you?
Yes.
Hammer this
I'm going
dude.
to whip this dude's ass.
Hammer this dude.
Guaranteed. On my birthday, it's going down.
All right.
So following our victory tonight, we will probably have a beverage or two afterwards, right?
Sure.
Shoot the bull. Then I think we might be taking this train to El Paso again, your favorite Mexican restaurant.
I love it.
Mine too. For some more cerveza, maybe one of those jumbo margaritas that I could actually swim in, those massive ones.
How about the fish dish? You seen that thing? I don't want any part of that.
I've not seen there's a fish dish.
Oh, there's a whole fish. It looks awful.
Oh, it's the tilapia.
I don't want it. I don't want any part of the tilapia.
Yeah, I've seen the tilapia. So after we eat the tilapia and drink the margarita, there will be some other fellas from the band I'm in that might be joining us. And then we're all, as a big group, going to the place and we're performing tonight on stage live at 10:30.
Bourbon Street?
Yes.
Oh. Yeah.
What do you think?
I think that sounds like it's a terrible idea.
Well, if you can't make it for that, we'll record it. But at least you'll be there for El Paso. Maybe, have you ever been in Bourbon Street?
I have not. Can you go in tennis attire?
You can go with shoot. I saw a dude in a tank top and jean shorts, and one.
I've seen that on Hampton Heights.
Yeah,
Hampton Heights.
To all our Hickory listeners, y'all know what we're talking about. Bourbon Street is a little spot across from Deluxe Printing where I work, across from the railroad tracks. That is on Wednesdays. They have kind of open mic, and they allocate some time for this little band that I'm a part of. That we sing 5 songs. Not very well, but we attempt them. We've got balls to get on the stage.
You do. Do you guys still hold your phones so you know what the
I try
words?
not to, but
Let's
members.
not do that.
Yes,
let's get to the point where we don't do. Let's be professional.
So we're going up there. Here's one song. So I sing a couple songs, but one song I'll just give you a little bit of. Solomon Burke, 1968. When your baby leaves you all alone and nobody calls you on the phone, don't you feel like a crying? That's what they're going to get
That's what they're going to
Bourbon
get.
Street
Look,
tonight, baby.
You didn't have to pull the A game out here.
God.
You just save it for tonight.
La, la, la. That sounded pretty
You
good,
just
baby.
saved it for
Sounded good.
tonight. So
we
that's your day.
That's it. Hey, here we go.
Can I ask a question?
Sure, please.
Those 3 events sound like a good part of a great evening.
Pretty solid.
Dinner with friends,
Yeah.
tennis with friends, music with friends.
Yeah.
What time we leave these friends? What time we call this friend party quits?
It's been known to last a long time, Hank.
I like my sleep.
Yeah, I know you do. I don't really need that much
No.
sleep. So anyway, we'll see where it takes us. I
can't wait for the follow-up.
It's gonna be a fun night and a fun follow-up podcast. Speaking of the podcast, Hank, we're setting records over here, buddy. So I appreciate all the people that are downloading us, subscribing to us, listening to us.
Yep.
It's funny. I was at an event last weekend, which we'll talk about, that at least, and this is no BS, I would say 5 people that I know kind of, but not really know, came up and said, hey, man, how's your washing machine doing after the sewer leak? They are listening, and they like what they hear, Hank.
Yeah. Last night I was at a baseball game. My little boy had a baseball game. I got there a little bit early.
Yeah.
A friend of ours, his son was playing. I see his mother. So we're talking about a woman my mother's age, your mother's age.
Yes.
Walks up to me and she said, I got to tell you, I heard the podcast. I said, how long did you listen? She said the full hour.
Wow.
Hey, I was impressed.
Very
She
impressed.
started laughing about some of the stuff we were doing. It's good. I'm glad we can entertain people of all ages.
That's what we're doing. We're entertaining folks. And the more people that we entertain, it's just better for you and for me and for the whole podcast family here at The Mesh.
Right.
So tell your friends about us. Subscribe to us, Hank.
Yeah.
You know how they can do that?
Is it on here?
I think it's right there.
Is it
This
on
is how
here?
they do it, Hank.
Is this how
they
it
go
is?
to www.themesh.tv, click the link, subscribe to Big Fan, BIGFAN, big fan. Or email us anything you want to say about the show. We'll talk about it possibly on the air, info@themesh.tv. Or, if you're like my dad, you can fax right over here.
You can telegraph or carrier pigeon.
Yes, however way you want to communicate with us, just reach out to us. We love doing this podcast, and we love entertaining
Love
y'all.
it.
So, yeah. Hank, anything cool going on in your world before we talk a little bit about this past weekend? What's been going on with you, buddy?
Oh, just life in general is going on. You know how this time of year is awful busy in the real estate world,
Sure.
so that's certainly busy. We're starting to get to the end of school.
Yeah.
All that excitement's going on, right?
Yes.
And baseball.
And baseball.
We got baseball.
Yeah.
So it's every night something's going on. And I got to tell you, there was two good things that happened the other night. Let me just put this out there.
Go for it.
So, and we've all been in this. I get home, my little boy's laying on the couch, right? We got baseball practice, about 30 minutes. I'm like, Harris, come on, buddy. Let's go. Get on your stuff. We got to go. He's like, bad bike wreck. Bad bike wreck.
Bad bike wreck.
I said, what happened? What happened, bud? Went off the ramp 2 or 3 times, landed it. Third time, wheel went sideways, landed on the bike. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Don't think I'm going to be able to run at practice.
Ooh.
Don't think I'm going to be able to run? Come on. I can hit. That's what he said. I'll be able to hit.
Can't run,
That's
I
the
can
old
hit.
I can't run, but I can hit. You're not going to play that on me. But you just think about that, how much you're packing your day. You get home from school. When you were a kid, you get home from school, you sling that backpack off, and you hit that bike.
Absolutely.
Right?
First thing.
They hit that ramp, caught him did it one too many times.
Yeah.
But, just day to day, that's the fun stuff we live for.
Did he make it to practice?
Oh, yeah, he made it. He made it.
Yeah, so we had soccer tryouts yesterday for Lucy Rose and Olivia, and Lucy Rose said, Daddy, I don't think – she does a lot, though. I mean, she had dance from 3:30 to 5:30, and then we had tryouts from 6 to 7:30. So anyway, it's a lot. She said, my toe really hurts. And she said, it's not my big toe. It's the toe that's beside my pinky toe on my left foot, so I can still kick because I kick with my right foot, but I just don't know how much I can do on my left foot. I said, girl, let's check out this toe real quick. Before we lace up these cleats, let's check it out. Her damn toenail had fallen off from doing those when you step on doing your toes like the ballet.
Yeah.
She did not have a toenail.
Oof.
She said, put a Band-Aid on it.
Let's
go to tryouts.
That a girl.
Let's go to tryouts.
Let's
Come on.
go.
Yeah. Proud of you, Lucy
Let's
Rose.
go.
You keep it up.
Hey, now she plays Eagles.
Yes, she does.
Right?
The Travel League, yep.
Yep. So my little boy the other day got asked to play, just from some friends. They were like, you ought to try playing. He's never played soccer before.
Cool.
Tryouts are tomorrow. We're going to try it this year. We're going to do a little soccer.
It's a fun sport, man. He is going to dig it. He will dig it. Hank, I want to add something new to our podcast today. This is called our social media break of the day.
Okay.
So I don't really get on social media much. I check out Facebook. I rarely post.
You're a stalker.
Exactly. I just like to peruse whatever into everybody else's
I'm
life.
the same way.
So you do the same thing, but you
Yeah.
don't really post? I came across this thing called lynx caught on video talking to each other.
Okay.
Lynx is a kind of a cat.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I think I've seen this video.
Okay. What would you imagine a lynx, if you saw 2 lynx and they're sitting on a road and they're communicating, what would it sound like? Can you give me what you think it would sound
Well,
like?
it sound. I think like cats. He'd be like,
That's
that
what
kind
I
of thing.
thought it'd be like, rah, 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 like that.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Kind of a panthery.
The panthery thing.
Listen to what these lynx sound like, Hank.
We got her there.
This is bizarre.
Sounds like somebody's falling off a cliff.
It sounds. It sounds like Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber. What is the most annoying sound you've ever heard? When I heard that, I was like, that is that sound. Do you agree? I mean,
do.
it's close.
It is.
It is very close. But
It's
that
very
is
close.
2 lynx communicating with each other.
Man, social media.
Social media clip of the
Clip of the
day.
day.
Hank. How about it? You get to come up with one next week. All
I
right?
got it.
Yes. All right, buddy. So good to be back in the studio.
What you do this weekend?
We're coming to you on May 23rd. This weekend was a pretty interesting weekend, Hank. I went to go get a dog.
Ah, love dogs.
We have been in the searching for a puppy. You know how long. So we had a dog named Cole, and he passed away the year Olivia was born, and Olivia's 12.
I was going to say 12, 13 years ago.
Was
right?
13, so it was 12 years ago, and we haven't been able to find the right dog. It's just we weren't ready.
It was a chocolate lab.
It was a chocolate lab. He's a big old boy. He's 105 pounds. He's just a great dog, and we miss him every day.
Yeah.
Actually, we have his ashes in this little chest over our fireplace, and with a picture of Olivia holding Cole when she was a baby. It's really special. Anyway, so we've been searching, and kind of you can buy a dog for $5,000 if you will, or you can go find a rescue dog. Well, we wanted to do something in the middle, and finally we came up last Thursday. We found a little husky puppy. Okay. And it's a rescue husky puppy. So its mama was a real husky mixed with her daddy was like I don't know what the daddy was. Who knows? But the puppies were really cute. So we drive to Statesville, pack the girls up. Jennifer's in the car with me, saying all along, Chad, I do not like huskies. I'm allergic to their dander and their fur. Why are we going? I said, because the girls need a dog. I found this dog. It's a rescue dog. We're doing something positive. We're doing something good.
Not for her.
I know. So I said, let's at least look at the dog. She said, if we look at this dog, you know what's going to happen. So she is pissed when she gets in the car.
I don't blame her.
We get up there. It's a pouring down, rainy-ass Friday. You remember, I'm talking about pouring rain.
Right.
We're running. We're in some trailer park looking for the dog kennel. I see it in the distance. We start running, and the mud puddles splashing on us. We finally get to the door, and this little husky puppy, probably the cutest thing I've ever seen, runs up to the door.
Yep.
Lucy Rose, my youngest, sees it and immediately,
done.
Just falls in love with this thing. Olivia comes in. They're playing with it, and Jennifer won't even look at the dog. Hank, she will not look at the dog. She's talking to the lady, and she says, well, tell me about the mother. And the lady says, well, the mother's about 50 pounds, blah, blah, blah. How big? What's the father? Oh, it's asking all these serious questions that you're supposed to ask. Well, I'm on the ground rolling around with the dog. You know, I'm not asking.
I got dog poop.
Hey, come here. Throwing the ball with them. We're just having a big time. And so Jennifer, I said, hey, let's have a family meeting. Let's go out here and let's
in the rain.
In the rain. Let's figure out.
What are we doing?
Let's do this. Let's do this. So Olivia's like, yeah. Lucy was like, yeah. I'm like, okay.
Chad's like, yeah.
When do we sign? And Jennifer's like, if we bring this dog home today, I think we might get divorced. She didn't mean it like that, but that's how furious and against this dog, because she said because I've wanted a husky for a long time, as long as I've known her. She said, I don't like huskies. We're not going to husky, blah, blah, blah. But I'm dragging her up there to basically put this husky in the car.
Please tell me you got that dog. Please tell me you got that dog.
So we get in the car, and Jennifer's just like, I don't feel comfortable. Can you buy us another day? So I went to go to the lab. I went back inside in the rain. I was like, ma'am, we really want this dog. However, just need one more day to think about it. I said, but if another family comes, I said, I know you got to give it away. I said, I understand. You got to do what you got to do. It needs a home. And if I can't guarantee you that I can take him today, you got to do what you got to do. So long story short, we go home. Lucy Rose cried for 2 straight hours. We stopped at every look. We got ice cream. We stopped at PetSmart to look at other dogs. We were doing everything. This is Friday night late. And finally get home. She quit crying and everything. And then the next day, the lady called me and said another family came in the morning and got the dog. However, this leads me to a good point here, Hank. We found another dog. We found another dog on Tuesday.
Double husky. Double husky.
Double husky. One blue eye, one green eye. No, it's called
Super husky.
It's called an American Shepherd, and it is even cuter if it can be. If a dog can be cuter than the husky we saw, and so we put the deposit down.
Oh,
the puppies
nice.
are coming this week, and so we'll be able to take
6
the puppy
weeks?
6 to 8 weeks.
Nice.
So the girls saw them. We get to watch them.
Jacked.
Yeah, we got to watch them online. Well, they're not born yet, but when they are born, we can watch them online. We can meet them after 4 weeks, and then they can come home and live with us to 6 to 8.
Male, female, what do you want?
I want a male because I'm outnumbered at my house. I have 3 girls in my house. I need a dude dog to hang out with me. Livy made this whole Excel spreadsheet of dog names, and so we're making like a March Madness bracket. So we pick the names. Each day we pick another name. We're down to like the final 8. So we're getting close. So a dog will be in our house.
But it's going to be a male.
It'll be a male.
Okay.
Yep.
I can't wait, man.
When you get a chance, check out American Shepherds. There's only a handful of breeders in the United States, so it's a pretty cool dog. Yeah. So after that, we went to a big event in Charlotte, got dressed up in a tuxedo. My wife.
Sorry I couldn't be there with you.
I wish you would have been there. It would have been a lot of fun, but we did a lot of dancing. The band that played at this event was phenomenal. 4 female singers, one dude singer, full backup band with horns and everything in the back.
Beach music, right? Kind of?
Motown, soul, beach, everything. They played everything. And wardrobe change, the band in the middle of sets. I mean, this is a serious band. So we danced all night long. We started the events took place in Charlotte at 6. We were at a pool at 3. Writing things on napkins.
I had a text at 4:30.
Yes, you had a text from me. So anyway, just a fabulous Saturday. Danced throughout the night. I love to dance. It was awesome.
How was Sunday?
Sunday, not as fun. Not as much fun. But I do tell you, you've been to a hotel room recently, your trip to Denver,
sure.
Which I'd love to hear about. You know, when you pull those shades real tight and it's very cold in a hotel room, you have no idea what time of day it is.
No.
I slept till 11 o'clock on
Good
Sunday.
for you.
11 o'clock. It didn't even
Was it
move.
like, hello,
exactly,
sir?
Yeah, exactly. Jennifer was like, I think somebody was knocking at the door. And she was like, who is it? And I was like, I don't know what time it is. And she was like, holy it's 11 o'clock. What are we doing? So anyway, it was a really, really good weekend. Enjoyed it thoroughly. Yeah.
Awesome.
Tell me about Denver real quick, and then we'll move on to what we got to move on to.
Denver was great. We went out there for a work event. The event was great. So we get out there on on Wednesday. We work from 1 till 5 that day. They have this great event on top of the hotel, overlooking the city, or like on a balcony, overlooking the city. It was incredible, great food. Next day we meet from 9 till 1:30. Eat lunch. We go on a winery tour in downtown Denver, a cidery tour, the cider manufacturer there, then a brewery tour.
Whoa.
Okay.
You're still walking?
Boom, boom, boom. Shoot. Those 3, back to back to back.
Darn.
Then we get back on the bus. They take us to go watch the Colorado Rockies play the Milwaukee Brewers.
What a day, buddy.
What a day.
What a day.
What a day. So we do that. Incredible day, right? Next morning we wake up. I don't know if you've been to Denver, but it's the Mile High City. But just outside of it, you see those beautiful mountains.
Sure.
Those beautiful mountains. So we rented a car, Reagan and I. We didn't have anything to do on Friday. We rented a car, and we drove to those mountains, right?
Oh, yes.
And that's Boulder, where University of Colorado is. Right. It's a beautiful town, and they have some pretty good hiking there. Mm-hmm. Intermediate, beginner, expert, anything you want. So we were like, let's go for some novice hiking, right?
Yes.
So we pull in, and it's a beautiful day, and these mountains are, cascading right beside us. And so we start this hike. Now, and I don't know how many of the listeners know, my wife has a heart condition.
Yes.
She's had open heart surgery, okay? She is doing great. We start about 30 yards up into this trail, and she's like, my chest doesn't feel so good.
No, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, we're turning down now, right? And she was like, let's wait for 1 second and let's see if this altitude really is affecting. She was like, goes up 10, a couple more yards, and she's like, it feels different.
Oh, wow.
I was like, we're not messing around with this.
No
so
play.
we go back down to the car. One of the best things ever out of that whole day was I told our good friend, LT Thompson, that this is where we were going. This is what we're doing today, and how great is it that we get to spend the time out in the wilderness. And he was jacked for me, and he kept saying, where are you going? What's it going to be like? Well, he sends me a screenshot of me on a map, okay? Okay?
You're showing it to me now.
Yep.
Yes.
And it shows me right beside the parking lot, okay, of this place. And in his text says, looks like you really got deep into the wilderness.
That's
okay?
great.
Okay, so I understand the angst. We ended up going into Boulder, doing a little shopping, having lunch, going back to the hotel. I had a great time. We spent a little time in Denver after that. Denver's a cool city. The legalized marijuana is a little bit out of control.
Did we
partake? We did not partake.
Okay.
We did not. But I will tell you, there is a dispensary on every corner.
Really?
Okay? And when you're walking down the street, every 3 minutes you smell marijuana.
Oh, wow.
So it is so funny how much of it is there. And actually, a police officer said that their DUI rate was up 30% since legalizing. I don't know if that's a true stat, but he was telling us that, and I could understand that.
Sure.
I could understand that.
Because drinking under the influence and being high under the influence is the same thing.
Same
right?
exact thing.
Same thing.
Same exact thing.
Yeah, so I can imagine it would be increased.
Yeah.
Did you know what edibles are?
I certainly do know what edibles.
So can you buy all that stuff?
You can buy anything. Yeah, you can buy any of that stuff. And you can walk around town edibling it up.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, I would not ever do that, but I mean, I would
course
like to
not.
go check and see what the options
surrounding
would be.
areas?
Yes, it would be pretty cool. My buddy's getting married in September 22nd, and we're going to Colorado. It's called Golden, Colorado.
It's funny you said that. I was in Golden, Colorado.
You're kidding.
No, it's over. It was on our way home.
Okay.
Yeah.
He said it was about 25 minutes from Denver or something, or maybe more.
No, it is. It
25
is.
minutes.
There's a place called Mine, Colorado, that's right outside of it, and it's where Buffalo Bill's grave was.
Okay.
And so Reagan and I, because we couldn't do hiking, we were going to go over there. You have to drive up a 400,000 elevation
Right.
mountain, so we had to come down for that. But we went through Golden, Colorado.
Cool. And it seemed like a cool place?
Oh yeah, it seems.
Yeah,
please,
man,
come
I
on.
can't wait.
Hi, I'm Alan,
I'm Chris.
and we're the co-hosts of Foot Candle Films, a movie review and film discussion show here on themesh.tv.
Each episode, we talk about some new movies, cover some film news, and have some recommendations.
And trust us, we're just as likely to talk about the latest Jim Jarmusch film as we are the newest Transformers installment.
Hold on, don't get too crazy.
Well, okay, maybe not that bad. But you can find our show and all our episodes on themesh.tv. Plus, you can subscribe to get new episodes delivered right to your computer or mobile device.
We'll see you in the ticket line.
Well, Hank, it sounds like you had a good trip to Denver. And while we're on the vacation kind of topic, let's roll right into our favorite subject and our favorite part of the podcast. It's Hank's hierarchy. Hank, get with this. Hank, get with that. Hank, get with this. Or Hank, get with that. Okay, Hank, are you ready, my friend?
I'm ready.
This is the part of the podcast that everybody's just been raving about. Hank's hierarchy. It's when I ask Hank, this versus that. Which one does he prefer? Hank, we're talking about vacations. Are you more of a beach guy or a mountain guy?
I got to tell you, I like the mountains better. I do. I love the beach. I don't love the sand.
You don't like
I hate
the sand.
it.
Whew.
I hate it.
You don't like when you take your flip-flops off and you walk out there in the sand, you just put your toes kind of just all crinkled up in them while you're sitting on a beach chair.
That's okay.
Okay.
Okay, we've got 1 inch of sand on my body. Okay? I don't like it when my 8-year-old wants me to sit in the sand and then he
sense.
tosses it across my body
Yeah.
and then he takes his sand little paws and rakes you down the back like a WWF
Like a lynx.
wrestler. I don't like that aspect of it. I mean, I love the beach. I love going over there. But if I had to pick, going up to the mountains, 75 degrees,
And it's closer to us here.
Sure,
It's
yeah.
only an hour compared to 5 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm on the opposite end, though. I'm a beach dude for sure. I understand. I like the sand. I don't mind actually getting buried in the sand by my girls. It's kind of fun. I can take a little nap. The mountains, I don't like cold, and the mountains are cold sometimes.
Sometimes they
can be
are.
cold.
Sometimes the beach is cold.
Sometimes the beach is cold. Sometimes the beach is hot. Sometimes the mountains are hot. Hank.
Man,
let's get off this subject. Okay, but when we're talking about the beach, if you did happen to be at the beach,
Sure.
would you prefer to be on the beach with the ocean crashing, listening to waves, looking at the seagulls, or by a pool near the beach?
The pool near the beach.
Pool near the beach.
I think the pool near the beach is the best of both worlds.
Tell me
I think
why.
you get to see the water.
Yeah.
The beach. You don't have to deal with that pesky sand. You can get in, take a dip in climate-controlled and animal-controlled water.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe there's a bartender. I've never seen a bartender out at the beach. Unless it's a very nice resort.
Nice resort, yes.
But
yes.
I kind of like the ability to sit by there, look at the water, have a little concrete under my feet. I don't know.
It makes sense.
How about you?
I'm ocean all day. I like to sit under an umbrella. I don't really like the direct sun hitting me. I like to be under an umbrella where there's shade with a magazine, a book, or definitely music, and a cooler and conversation with someone I care about.
That was very sincere.
Thank
Can
you.
I ask you a question about the
Please.
beach?
Please do.
When you're on the beach, it is, it's mandatory to have music.
Yeah.
Okay. As I'm getting older and liking different genres of music, I think it's interesting that people bring speakers out there and blare whatever their music is. And I think my question is what's the etiquette on that? Because you may be 15 feet from somebody and you may have 2 kids that are under the age of 12.
Yes.
And Ricky Bobby over here has got, him and his boys, and they're playing some pretty hardcore stuff.
Sure.
And what's the etiquette?
I love this question. Let's start here. First, on the beach, from, let's say you out there at 9 in the morning till about 3, the only music that you can play is like James Taylor. It's got to be this easy. I call it my dentist office mix, if you will.
Okay.
It's the music like it might be Sailing Takes Me Away, Christopher Cross, or you might run into a little bit of like Dan Fogelberg, or little Kenny Loggins,
Randy Newman.
Randy Newman. Yes, it's that genre that's dentist office music. You're sitting in a dentist chair.
Elevator
music. It's soft from 9 to 3. That's a must. I mean, that's what you're listening to. Also, another variable that you throw in is alcohol consumption. Okay, as the day goes on and more beer or vodka drinks are consumed, the volume tends to start rising. Mm-hmm. As the volumes rise after the 3 o'clock hour, then you can go into more of a hip hop or Guns N' Roses kind of mood. You understand? A little bit more upbeat and rocking.
Okay.
Okay. Does that put you on the right?
I understand
track?
that, but what if you're in a town like Charleston? You're at Folly Beach.
Mm-hmm.
You've got 15 College of Charleston students over there coming out after lunch. They want to listen to Drake.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I think they deserve that, right? It's their beach too.
Put headphones in. They can
Headphones?
put headphones in.
Swim with
I'm not
headphones?
ready to listen to Drake if it's 10:30 and they're getting out of the class, but I'm not. I'm listening to James Taylor. This is what we're doing. This is how my beach etiquette with music works. Sir, ma'am, please put your headphones in. I'm not ready to listen to Drake. Would that go over good, do you think?
Let me just say happy birthday to this old-ass man
Exactly.
sitting across
This
from me.
old curmudgeon.
Happy birthday to you 44-year-old old man. Man.
What has happened to me?
Yeah, for the life of the party.
happened to me?
For the life of the party that you are, it's hard for me to believe that you would tell these people beside you that are listening to whatever they wanted to.
How good looking are the college girls? Are we talking about pretty good looking?
I was going to say.
Okay. Well, turn it up. Hey, put Drake on, girl. Turn it up.
The way I envisioned it would be like Jennifer being like, Chet, go over there and tell them this is not appropriate. And you'd go over there and you'd be like, I am not yelling at you. Just make it seem like I'm yelling at you. And I really would rather be over here partying.
Yes, that's actually exactly how it would go. Absolutely. Well, that was a great question about the beach etiquette, but if you follow those couple rules, you'll be okay.
All right.
One more Hank's hierarchy, if we can. So you mentioned you went to a wine tasting, a cider tasting, I guess, which, I mean, I've never really had a cider, maybe once or twice, and a beer tasting. Let's rank them. 1, 2, 3, 1 being the best, obviously, and give me a little bit. Is there some new beer, cider, or wine that we need to check out from your trip?
Well, the brewery was obviously the best.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it was a small Denver brewery, and it was kind of like, I don't know if you've been to one of these breweries, and I think you have in Greenville, kind of like Pour,
yes,
where you pay.
That's awesome.
We were given a card, and it had 25 credits, which is 25 ounces on it, and you would go up and you'd touch it, and you'd get to try a porter or a IPA or a Pilsner or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You'd go down. It was great. The winery was next, and it was, I drink wine. It's like situational, right? My wine drinking. If I'm eating a steak, I'm drinking red wine.
Me too.
Okay? Or, it's just situational. And I love wine. So the winery was next. The cidery, cider isn't something that I like gravitate towards.
Is it sweet?
It is kind of
Is it
sweet.
Sweet taste?
It is kind of sweet. It would be something that you would say, hey, we just plopped down in beach chairs. We just got here. This is a specialty drink. Let's try it. Lord knows we're not having two.
We're having one.
We're going to have one.
Yeah,
right. If we have other options, you're not going with it. But if they're like, hey, we have these ciders here to drink, you would be like, all right, that was okay, but can I get an IPA or a vodka tonic or something like that? So, but the atmosphere was incredible. They're in all these old warehouses in downtown Denver. Like they had these games, so they had the bar upstairs, and then they had the warehouse space downstairs. They were playing cornhole, and imagine beanbag size the bags that you throw. So the cornhole boards were the size of they were huge.
Really?
And you were throwing bean bags across the room.
Wow.
Yeah, it was incredible. And then they had beer pong that was like human size. And so it was, like double hand, like the ping pong balls you were throwing it
like a volleyball?
like a volleyball or like a throw in for a soccer ball.
You're kidding me.
No, it was incredible. And they had, young, probably college kids in there doing it.
Fun.
It was fun. So I'd rank it in that order. I wouldn't say, that there was any groundbreaking beer that you have to have. The Coors is dominant over there, and the rest are just those little breweries.
Yeah. Okay. Very good, Hank. Well, man, that's really all I've got from Hank for Hank's hierarchy this week. Unless you might have, you got anything else?
No, that was enough.
So let's move right into Chad's Champions. This is where we do our top 4 list of, a category of something, and we're going to get it going here in a second. Hank, let me go find the music, and you go ahead and stall for about 30 seconds.
I sure can. One of the best things about the Mesh is that you can get it on your phone or on your iPad. You just download it, it's sitting there waiting in your podcast. So I think if you haven't subscribed to it and you're just going to the website and listening on the website, go ahead and subscribe to it because it will be sitting there waiting on you.
Thank you, Hank. Thank you very much.
Oh, remind me to talk about this. Cobra Kai.
Oh, absolutely. Got to do it. Is he good, by the way? Fabulous. Okay, Hank, before you talk about Cobra Kai, let's jump right into Chad's Champions. So I'm going to give you a top 4 list, and I'm going to rank them. Today's category will be cereal. Okay, cereal. Are you a fan of cereal?
Love cereal.
I'm going to start with my number 4 spot, cereal. And this can be like any cereal we're talking about from when you were a little boy. They might not even make it anymore until the new cereals that are healthy for you, all that stuff, which would not be on my list.
Can you tell me these topics before you, like, this is the first time I've heard this.
But you are very quick, and you will figure this out.
I've got to. So, I know 2 of them.
The number 4 spot, coming in hot. My favorite cereal from about 8 years old till 10, did not miss a day of it for 720 some days in a row. We're going with Apple Jacks.
Apple Jacks.
Apple Jacks, it's sweet. And the milk after the Apple Jacks sit in there just has a very wonderful taste to me. Apple Jacks, I don't go back very often to eat them, but maybe once a year, once every other year, a bowl of Apple Jacks hits the spot.
That's going to be the one?
That's the 4. That's 4 spot.
That's 4 spot.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, sitting in here, my 4 spot, you are going to absolutely boo me on this, okay? You are going to boo me on this.
Dude, if it's Wheaties.
No, it's not Wheaties. I used to eat grape nuts. Do you remember grape nuts?
Dude, you talking about old man cereal. That's for like 85-year-old dudes.
Dude, I used to eat that. My mom used to make it with honey on it. Oh. She'd put grape nuts, honey on it.
Wow.
And milk. And to this day, I've got it. If I want it, I got to go like back of the shelf, back corner.
Right.
I mean, but hey, who cares if it's gravel or not? You throw anything on it, and it's good.
Is it still? They still make grape nuts?
I don't know. I ain't looked in a while.
I don't know. They might have pulled that one off the shelf, buddy.
But hey, grape nuts coming in at 4. That's like the novelty one. Okay. Coming in now is going to be legit.
This is the legit stuff.
Yeah.
Coming in my 3 hole, it's one that I'd say I really like this from age 5 to maybe 5.5. Basically, because this was a cool cereal where there was 3 choices. You had a chocolate one, a strawberry one, or a blue one. Otherwise known as Boo Berry. So Boo Berry, do you remember Boo Berry? Count Chocula, Boo Berry. I can't remember the other one.
Yeah.
But Boo Berry is the one that I went to. It was my go-to. The Count Chocula, I'd have every now and then, but Boo Berry is the one that I could depend on. I just liked how the milk looked too. After you ate the cereal, it turned blue.
Right.
Boo Berry coming in at 3.
I'm kind of embarrassed about my 4 pick. I got to admit, that's not my favorite pick. I want to apologize for that one. My number 3 pick's strong. Okay. My number 3 pick. It is a cereal that I don't know what they put on it. Do you remember in Christmas Vacation what Clark W. Griswold was working on?
Yes.
His job.
Yes.
What was he working on? Do you remember?
It was oh my gosh. I can't remember in detail, but I mean, obviously.
Yeah, he worked on it was a varnish that went on cereal to keep it from getting soggy, right? And if you've ever had this cereal, you'll realize that it doesn't matter if it's sitting in the bowl for 7 hours. It's going to slice your mouth like it was, like it had barbed wire wrapped around it. It's Captain Crunch.
Oh, yes. Wonderful choice. Wonderful choice. Which leads me into my number 2 selection in the same vein. Captain Crunch Crunchberry.
Crunchberry.
Add the berry with the Captain Crunch. Now we've even got some
Is that
more
your number
extra.
2?
That's my number 2.
Crunchberry.
I went on the Crunchberry kick from high school, even a little bit into college. A little bit of Crunchberries.
A little bit of Crunchberry.
Yeah, number 2.
Okay, I got you. So my next cereal, number 2 for me, is more of an adult cereal. Okay,
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay, I did like it in high school, but it's something that I'm going to today too for Cinnamon Life. Cinnamon Life.
Okay, so it's Life cereal, but it's got the cinnamon stuff on
Yeah,
it to give it a little
very
bit
subtle.
of sweetness.
Very subtle.
Sweetness.
It takes a mature palate for that one.
Obviously, and we know that you have one, Hank. Coming in at my number 1 spot, I've liked this little dude basically my whole life. He's changed over the years. He's added a couple more little marshmallows, like this,
Preach.
You know what I'm saying?
Preach.
You feel what I'm spewing here, right, Hank? So it doesn't matter if you add more marshmallows. You keep it the way it was in 1978. I don't care what you do, Mr. Lucky Charm, but keep on making me happy every day long, baby. Lucky Charms comes in at number 1.
You didn't have to sell me on that one, brother. Lucky Charms is in there. And the funny thing is it was the fight that you'd have when you were growing up to... Do I want to discriminate in my bowl? Do I want to just go ahead and get everything and leave a bowl full of marshmallows and then hammer those things at the end? Or do I want to, add them all together, have a party?
I love it, Hank. It's wonderful because my girls are Lucky Charm fans, too, because we always have Lucky Charms in the pantry. What they've come to do, or Lucy Rose specifically, only pulls the marshmallows out. She won't even pour a bowl. She will go in there, pick them out by hand, and only eat the marshmallows. Some days with milk, some days without.
I like it.
Good strategy.
I
Good
do
strategy.
too.
All right, buddy. We're coming up on Memorial Day weekend. It's always a fun weekend for everybody in Hickory. Lots of stuff to do. Concerts up at the Sales on the Square. The lake kind of gets popping. The pools start opening. What is in store for the Eimer family this weekend in Hickory, North Carolina?
Well, our vacation during Memorial Day, first of all, it's our anniversary. The 25th is our anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
No, I appreciate that. But we are going to spend that locked up in a mountain house with my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, their 2 kids, and my mother-in-law and my father-in-law. We do it every Memorial Day weekend.
Really?
We go up to the mountains and we hang out there, which I love. I love that crowd. But it's supposed to rain.
When? All weekend?
This weekend up there. I don't know about here, but I mean, it's off and on because, the things to do up there that are fun, hiking, playing golf, going on golf cart rides,
Right.
Going down to the pool because in the community it has a pool. If it rains, we go bowling or we'll go to a movie.
Is your place in Boone? Near Boone?
Linville.
Linville,
It's
okay.
45 minutes away, 50 minutes away, whatever, or 45 minutes away. So, if it rains, it's not as many options.
Yeah. Cuts it down a little bit.
Cuts
More
it
drinking.
down.
More drinking.
More drinking.
Yeah.
But with the, the crowd
family.
we're with,
Yeah.
it doesn't make it as optimal.
Understood.
Optimal. So, but we usually get back we usually come back Monday morning-ish and usually have fun. There's usually stuff going on here, whether it's the pool that's opening or
People
friends
on
at
the
the lake or whatever. And we usually try to find a way to get out and see everybody. How about you?
Friday, hitting the lake with some friends, adult time. No kids on this trip.
No kids on this
Just
trip.
a couple hours, cruise around the lake a little bit. Saturday, a lot of kid time, Hank. I'll tell you why. My Lucy Rose is in this dance academy or whatever, and her recital is this weekend. Do you think they could have put it on a weekend besides Memorial Day?
That would have been ideal.
And you think you could start it, the hours not have to be from 2 o'clock in the afternoon till 9:30 at night?
Oh.
Hank, yes. So I will be watching a lot of little people in tutus. They're cute as can be, but that's a tough Saturday right there. But I'll get through it. I've done it before. She loves to dance. I like watching her dance. Her friends are very cute, so we'll get through it. Sunday, back on the lake for a little cookout. Monday, I think it's going to be a little golf action. I'm playing in the member guest in 2 weeks, which, are you signed up?
I am.
Okay. Are you ready?
Not really.
Yeah.
Do you know when the last time I played golf?
Last year at the same time.
Member guest.
Are you serious?
2017. Guess what?
What?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, so you're right. This thing is for golfers like us or semi-hacks. We're going out there for the camaraderie and the booze. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. We have a good time with it. Last year, that was when we played with y'all, it was one of the top 24 hours of my life. It was a fabulous.
It was
day.
fun.
So we'll run that back again. And
Can I go on record and saying that who are you playing with this year?
Bradley Fairchild.
Bradley, who is a great dude, love
Horrible
him.
golfer.
Horrible
Great
golfer,
dude.
funny. I hope we get to play again together.
Yes.
This weekend is really made up by your partner.
Yes.
If you have different ideas of what you want to accomplish, like I'm an 18 handicap, right? If your partner's coming in trying to win the whole thing, you're really behind the 8 ball on this one, right? Now, if you come in, you're like, listen, we're going to have fun. Let's just have fun.
And if we stumble into making a couple birdies and a par too,
Sure,
hey, that's
sure.
great. That's icing on the cake.
I got to tell you, I don't give my brother-in-law any benefit of the doubt because he's an idiot. Mm-hmm. We all know this, right?
Yes, we do.
But he is a fantastic member guest partner.
Maybe the best. If I had a top 4 list of member guest partners, Carson would probably be at the top of the list.
He'd be at the top of the list.
Yeah.
You know why? Let me just tell you. He plays decent golf. Like, he'll put in a shot, get you excited. He's competitive,
Yep.
right?
Mm-hmm.
He looks you in the eyes at the beginning of the day and says, let's go get it, right? And he doesn't mean playing golf, right? The next best thing about that comment is he walks to the other side of that tee box, stares the competitor in the eye, and goes, let's go get it. And I love it.
That's exactly what he does.
Because he is out there for me to have fun, and he's out there for you to have fun, which will in turn allow him to have fun. And I dig it.
And he's playing golf with no shoes on. Is this Carson right here? Playing golf with no shoes on, cooler stock full on the turn. We've been here before. What's it called? Stevie Ray Vaughan's One Bourbon.
No, it's not Stevie Ray Vaughan.
What is it? One whiskey and one beer.
Yeah.
Who sings it?
It is, Carson will be furious if I don't come up with this. It's
one scotch, one, what is it? Come on, you know this. Well, anyway, we have to do that at the turn. And requires, after that, it really requires a lot of concentration to stay focused on the game. But anyway, I look forward to it, Hank. It's in 2 weeks, member guest tournament. I'll see you out there. And I hope you enjoy your time and your anniversary with your family in the mountains.
Thorogood. George
Thorogood. Thank you very much.
Dang, I'm sorry, Carson. I messed that up.
Don't hate us. Do not hate us. Hate Hank. Don't hate me. Anyway, Hank, another good podcast. We look forward to the next one in 2 weeks from now. Enjoy your time, and I'll see you on the tennis courts tonight.
You're going to see me on the tennis courts. I just want to look you in the eyes right now.
Yes, sir.
I hope your evening is filled with joy.
Thank you.
Okay? I hope these are the 3 things I hope.
Yes.
I hope it's filled with a victory.
Yes.
Okay? I hope it's filled with good food.
Okay, I don't eat, but how about good drink? Good drink.
I hope it's finished with a fun Uber ride. Okay? Those are the 3 things I hope for you. And I hope you do well on the stage, okay?
Well, thank you very much, Hank. We'll get there, and I want to end this podcast with one last song.
One last song. Maybe one day we can have a visual. Well, that would be a TV show. Maybe we can have it where we can show stuff on the intranet.
That would be wonderful. Actually, I did get a compliment. This is a really good compliment. I heard it from 2 people last week. They said, "Look, you
got
and
a face for radio."
But they said, "Really, you need to. Y'all are good-looking guys. Y'all are very animated in the studio. They can imagine because I say we're dancing and doing all kinds of funny stuff in here. They're like, if you broadcast that, huge success. We're talking about at least 12 downloads, extra downloads, right?
At least,
right? Okay, we'll end this song with this one last time. Here we go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Go, Chatham. It's your birthday. How about that, Hank?
Go, Tiny Fist.
That's it, baby. We'll see y'all next time. Big fan. Peace.
You've been listening to The Mesh, an online media network of shows and programs ranging from business to arts, sports to entertainment, music to community. All programs are available on the website as well as through iTunes and YouTube. Check us out online at themesh.tv. Discover other network shows and give us feedback on what you just heard.